Good morning. Um, Yesterday was the election, or we got the results of the election. Man, what a good day to be an American. It's sad that the country has to come to such a deplorable state for people to come to some common sense and um, elect a leader with common sense policies. Um, I think the scariest thing about what uh, about what transpired was that with 2 to 3 months before the election, Kamala was put in place, and just how much of a threat she was when nobody liked her while she was running for president. Nobody liked her while she was vice president, but the power and influence of the mainstream media and big tech and these corporate billionaires backing behind her actually made her a threat to what people have been building for the past 8 years in the Republican Party and the MAGA movement. The fact that Kamala was actually a threat is pretty scary. And it reminds me of that quote that the only thing that evil needs to see his day is for good men to step out of the way. And while people are tired of politics, and I don't think I've heard any other name more than Jesus Christ uh, than Donald Trump. That's after Jesus Christ, the next name that I've heard the most is probably Donald Trump. That's how many times this dude's name has been repeated on media, on TV shows, and conversations. Is Jesus Christ and then Donald Trump, which is so crazy for our time. But I really think he is the absolute most popular person on the planet. And the fact that this movement has been going on for about 8 years now, and they could insert this politician Kamala, and she actually be a credible threat to something that we built for about 8 years is pretty scary. And while we would like to take our foot off the gas and relax a little bit, I think that was the absolute major mistake that happened in 2016. We had a competent leader in place, and we felt like everything was going to be cool. So too many people took their foot off the gas, and we've seen the direction that the country took. I was actually fortunate enough to be watching the PBD podcast last night with the whole cast and everything. I think that they did the absolute best job watching every state, every county, going through and whatnot. And I absolutely love the commentary of the guest. Someone who was absolutely exceptional to me was the Polish guy, Dominic. I can't recall his last name, but he was absolutely exceptional. His commentary to Cenk Uygur was actually made me almost tear up a little bit. Like, he's so America is not just a place, and he said that America is the shining beacon on the hill, the place that every country would like to be, because where America is, there is hope to become what you dream of. There's a hope that you can accomplish your dreams, and that's what he wanted for Poland. That's what he wants for America. He knows that the direction that America takes, Europe was going to be about 6 months behind. And because Europe is not as strong in fortitude as America, that 6 months that they are behind in America has been absolutely devastating to them. Even though we've had a lot of the same, catastrophic effects of immigration and stuff like this come into our country, the effects that it's had on Europe is kind of a projection into the future of what would happen to America if we were a lot weaker. Fortunately, it's not that bad. And Poland is way, way above them, way better than them. They're just taking off the hallmarks of how good they're doing, from crime to illegal immigration, all these things, and how successful Poland is absolutely amazing. And we can get there as well as a country, but I do not believe that it's time to take our foot off the gas. If these people can be as successful as they have been with only 3 months to put in a candidate, when we've had 8 years to change the minds about people about this person who is Donald Trump and the MAGA movement and the policies and morals and values that we stand for, it just makes that quote even more prominent. The only thing that evil needs to see his day is for good people to step out of the way. And people have to refuse to step out of the way. That aside, anybody who has not been forthcoming about talking to people and getting people to change their minds and to go vote and stuff, this election really showed you that a lot of people that you spoke with may not have been actually telling you the truth. This election was pretty much a landslide for Donald Trump. And a lot of the people that might have been speaking in your face saying, "Oh, I would never vote for that guy," behind closed doors probably did. And I think that exposed that. So, as PPD said, the future looks bright. And I look forward to these next 4 years.